Hello and welcome to Bust or Trust, a kids' mystery podcast. I'm Tiernan.
And I'm Athena. Bust or Trust is the podcast where we unravel the world's greatest mysteries with help from you, our chief detectives.
We present all the best evidence and then ask you to decide. Which team are you on?
Are you a myth buster like me?
Or are you a myth truster like me? We look into all sorts of strange stories from around the world to find out what really happened, so that you can ask, is it real or is it false?
Is it fact or is it fiction?
Is it time for a nap?
That depends. What time is it?
It is 2:24 in the afternoon.
Oh, then yes.
Would you have said that whatever time it was?
Also, yes.
We tell you at the end of the show just how to get in touch, so you can let us know if you're on Team Buster or the best one, Team Truster.
So, chief detectives, get ready to take notes and start putting together your case, while we have a quick word with the grown-ups.
The case.
You'll never guess what I'm thinking, Athena.
I bet you're thinking that you wish you could have psychic powers so you knew what I was thinking.
Whoa! How did you do that? Have you got psychic powers? This is amazing.
No, I just know you very well. And with today's case being about psychic detectives, people who say they can use paranormal abilities like reading people's minds to solve crimes, well, I knew exactly what was going on in your head. Plus, you keep putting your hand to your forehead and making strange faces at me before sounding disappointed.
Unbelievable. You must have some kind of telepathic skills. That's what it's called when you can read minds. Do it again. What am I thinking now?
That you wish instead of doing this case, you were in the park having an ice cream.
What? How did you do that?
I just saw that you doodled a picture of an ice cream on your notes, and earlier you kept saying, "Oh, it's so nice outside. I wish I was in the park." I told you, I don't need powers to put these clues together.
When I tell the chief detectives about psychic detectives, detectives and detectives, then I reckon they'll all know that you've got paranormal abilities that you don't want to admit, as it'll ruin Team Buster.
Sure, if you say so. Now get on with explaining the case, please.
What? You did it again! I was just about to do that.
Yeah, you said you would a second ago.
Oh yeah, oops. Okay, psychic detectives are people who claim to use a number of different paranormal powers to help with criminal cases. The three main powers used by psychic detectives are telepathy, which is being able to read people's minds, clairvoyance, which is the ability to see into the future, and the last one is being able to communicate with spirits. There have been a number of very famous stories about psychic detectives finding missing persons or solving murder cases by being able to speak with the murder victim's spirit.
Psychic detectives are a very popular idea in fiction. Characters that solve crimes using telepathy appear in a number of books and television shows, including The Simpsons. Then there is the popular anime Yu Yu Hakusho about a spirit who uses psychic powers to find demons. But in reality, there is no scientific evidence that humans can have psychic powers or use them to solve crimes.
So this week, Chief Detectives, it's up to you to decide. Or maybe, if you're telepathic, you can use your skills to figure out if psychic detectives really have paranormal powers or not.
Right now, our chief detectives are thinking that there is zero chance Team Truster will win this one.
OK, now I believe you don't have powers, because that is definitely not going to be true.
You know, maybe I can look into the future because, let me see. That's right. Yep, none of the evidence you present will hold up at all.
Well, there's no mystery about what this first piece of evidence means, because we all know it's proof that psychic detectives are real.
First piece of evidence.
There are psychic detectives who have actually solved criminal cases. How's that for a first piece of evidence? There are a number of examples where someone has used their special psychic powers to help the police and save lives, but these are probably the most famous ones. Dorothy Allison was a psychic from New Jersey who assisted the police in a number of investigations. She had her first psychic premonition when she was 14, when she had a vision of her father's death, and sadly, 3 days later, he passed away from pneumonia. Worried that her powers might be evil, Dorothy's mother told her they were a gift and she mustn't use them for profit, so she chose to use them for good. In 1967, she helped police find a missing boy who'd fallen into a creek. Using her powers, Dorothy was able to describe his clothing and the exact area where he fell, which meant they were able to find him. After that, they asked for help on a number of cases. There were several times she assisted them by describing where the murder weapons were or the locations of victims. In her life, Dorothy helped the police in over 5,000 cases and directly helped solve crimes 250 times.
Only 250 out of 5,000. That's not a great statistic. I think we could all get that many guesses right, couldn't we? It's great that Dorothy wanted to help people with her so-called powers, but a number of police detectives said that she hadn't helped with any cases and that she would give too many clues that were too vague to be of any help. They said that while some of Dorothy's clues seemed accurate, that was just because she gave so many that one or two would always be roughly right by chance. 2 detectives from New Jersey said that Dorothy offered them money to say she helped with the case, even though all her predictions were completely wrong. And while there might have been some cases where it seemed she was right, she also made predictions that were very unhelpful. It seems she wasn't so much a psychic as a guesser.
OK, I guess that's true.
There you go. You can call yourself a psychic detective now too.
Hooray! Maybe I will. But if you're not convinced by Dorothy Allison's abilities, then what about Christy Robinette, a psychic from Michigan? Christy helped police with a missing persons case when she spoke to the missing person's spirit, who said it needed time to get its message across. Later, she said the spirit said it had been murdered and gave the name of the person who did it. The spirit also described to Christy where their body would be found. Police found the body exactly where she'd said and arrested the man responsible. Then there is New York psychic Phil Jordan, who helped find a small boy in 1982. The 5-year-old had run away from his family after a tantrum. He'd last been seen wearing swimming trunks and holding a pool toy, so the boy's parents were worried that he might have tried to swim in the river and become hurt. Phil Jordan held one of the boy's t-shirts and, using his powers, drew a sketch of the boy asleep under a tree near a small house by a lake and some overturned boats. Police and the family went to the location Phil had described and found the boy there, scared but safe and very happy to see them.
Ah, what a nice story. I'm just in awe how anyone could tell that a little boy might have run away to go swimming in a lake when he was last seen wearing swimming trunks and carrying a pool toy. It's definitely a good thing that the people you've mentioned were able to help with the case. But for every successful one, there were lots they didn't solve. They can even lead police down the wrong track, which can be very dangerous and lead to more harm than good. In fact, many people believe that psychics are taking advantage of people with their promises of help. Mentalists are people who use tricks to make it seem like they have psychic powers, but they are very clear that it's all for entertainment. A number of famous mentalists have called out psychics many times for saying they make vulnerable people trust them, giving them money and fame for false information. Derren Brown, a famous British mentalist, said, "I think they're a pretty unpleasant lot, really. I think there's a lot of well-meaning people who genuinely believe they're psychic and genuinely believe they can help people, but there's a slippery slope to people who are just kind of manipulative and are in it for the worst reasons." There is zero proof that Phil Jordan, Christy Robinette, Dorothy Allison, or any of the people in these cases have any abilities other than guesswork, which is often what real detectives do, but with the help of clues and the knowledge about how to really investigate a crime.
Another thing you really need to investigate a case is evidence. And I can see a vision of this next piece really changing your mind.
Second piece of evidence.
In 1993, a survey of police departments in the 50 largest cities in the USA revealed that a third of them had accepted predictions from psychic sources in the past. 7 of them treated the information from psychics with more importance than normal sources. In Australia, while they officially say they do not accept help from psychics, a former detective senior constable admitted in an interview that police do use them, even if they say they don't. Police in New South Wales have used assistance from a psychic called Debbie Malone, using her to confirm theories they have and referring to her notes in official reports. So, police in the US and Australia know that psychics can help with detective work.
The report about American police forces also stated that not a single police department said that psychics had helped provide any evidence for a case, only that what they had predicted occasionally matched evidence they already had. A former investigator for the FBI said that psychics can only be used as a last resort and with extreme caution. And Australian police say that Debbie Malone hasn't helped solve any cases, and one police officer was suspended after using a clairvoyant to predict the future of a threat that was sent to the Prime Minister. Most police forces around will not work with psychics and don't believe that what they do is credible, which means convincing or real. In a report made in the UK in 2008, one British police force said, "We are unaware of any inquiries significantly progressed solely by information provided by a psychic medium." So no, I don't think police anywhere in the world think psychic detectives are much help.
Well, maybe they should, especially after this last piece of evidence, which shows psychic detectives definitely do have amazing powers.
Third piece of evidence.
The final piece of evidence is that in 1975, the US government funded a $20 million 20-year investigation into what's known as remote viewing, which is when psychics get visions about distant locations or hidden places in their mind. This is what many psychic detectives claim to be able to do, when they can tell the location of people they're searching for. One of the main tests in the investigation involved having a psychic in a laboratory and sending what they called a sender 100 miles away. The psychic would then have to use their mind to see where the sender was. Sometimes the tests would involve using pictures of places in the world which were not shown to the psychic, and then they would have to use their mind to draw the image. When the results were revealed in 1995, Jessica Utz, a statistics professor at the University of California, said that the results showed that, at this stage, using the standards applied to any other area of science, the case for psychic functioning has been scientifically proven. See? Psychic powers are real.
That is convincing, but Jessica Utz did say that her opinion was based on statistics about how often the psychics got the right image, rather than the discovery of any powerful abilities. So yes, it might have been proven in that sense, but her colleague, psychologist Ray Hyman, said that there was still no definite proof. Both he and Jessica agreed that the tests were flawed and that there was no compelling evidence for psychic abilities. In 1960, a Dutch police officer called Philippus Brink conducted a year-long study on psychics and found that there was no evidence of any crime-solving abilities at all. And another study in 1982 gave evidence from 4 crimes to 3 different groups: psychic detectives, students, and police detectives. They found no difference between them in their ability to solve crimes. So science has also proved that psychic detectives aren't real.
Students were just as good at solving crimes as police detectives. Why aren't all of our chief detectives working at the police station right now?
Because they are too busy solving our cases. Shh, don't tell them about the other jobs they could be doing.
Oh yeah, good point. Forget I said anything, chief detectives.
There is another thing about psychic detectives, though.
What's that?
If they were superpowered at solving crimes, wouldn't that really annoy police detectives who would have nothing to do anymore?
And that's why I, Detective Grimbles, have gathered you all here, because I know that one of you is the murderer. By piecing together all the clues I have...
It was her. She did it.
Psychic Sue! Can you stop ruining it for me? I was just about to do my big speech. You do this every time.
I'm sorry, I just know it was her. She's thinking about it right now.
Yeah, sorry, she's right. I did it. Wow, you are good, Psychic Sue.
That is enough from you. Boys, take her away. Right, Sue, next case. Can you at least let me do a little bit of my job?
I promise.
Keep your eyes out, boys. Someone in here's trying to steal the crown jewels. I don't know who the perp is, but with all the clues I put together...
Hi, everyone. It's that guy there.
Oh, for crying out loud! I was just about to say it was him.
Were you? Really? It's just all he can think about is taking the crown jewels. His brain is practically yelling about it.
Yeah, it is me. Sorry, everyone. I won't do it now. Psychic Sue, you did it again!
Oops. Sorry. Hello? You called me in, Detective Grimbles.
I did. Can you tell what we're all thinking?
Is it that... Oh, that I'm really annoying?
Mm-hmm.
And you'd wish I'd go away?
Yep.
Okay then. See you all.
She didn't predict that would happen, did she, boys?
I did, actually.
Sue! I don't think I'd want to be able to see into people's minds.
Why? Is it because they'd all be thinking, why is that bearded man staring at me with his hand on his forehead?
Yes, exactly. I think I can tell what our chief detectives have on their minds, though, and it's how to solve this case.
It's up to you all to decide. Do psychic detectives really have paranormal powers or not?
Time to recap the evidence.
Evidence recap.
The first piece of evidence is the stories of psychic detectives actually solving crimes. Dorothy Allison helped police with over 250 cases of missing people and even murder by getting visions of their locations. Christy Robinette helped solve a murder by speaking to the victim's spirit, and Phil Jordan found a missing boy by using remote vision to see where he was.
But all these psychic detectives got more cases wrong than they did right. Dorothy Allison may have helped solve 250 crimes, but she assisted the police on over 5,000 cases. Officers who worked with her said she gave too much information that was often vague. What they are doing is not psychic, it's just guesswork, which could be dangerous if it's misleading or taking advantage of families who want answers.
The second piece of evidence is that in 1993, a survey of police departments in the largest cities in America showed that 50 of them used the help of psychics with cases in the past. In Australia, police have also been known to use psychic detectives, especially in New South Wales, where a woman called Debbie Malone has assisted with evidence on several cases.
The report also said that psychics had never provided any useful information, and a former FBI agent said their help had to be used with extreme caution. In Australia, a police officer was suspended for asking a psychic for help, and most police forces around the world say they would not seek assistance from psychic detectives.
The final piece of evidence is that in 1995, a $20 million test into psychic remote viewing was completed over a 20-year period. A statistics professor said the results showed that the case for psychic functioning has been scientifically proven.
But the psychologist also working on the study said that the test was flawed and the results showed no compelling evidence that psychic powers are real. A test in 1982 showed that psychic detectives had no better ability to solve crimes than police officers or students.
So now we're handing it over to you, Chief Detectives.
What do you think? Are you a psychic detectives mystery mythbuster?
Or a psychic detectives mystery myth truster?
Ask your grown-ups to send your voice notes to hello@bustortrust.com. Let us know why you're a myth truster or mythbuster on this case or any of our other cases.
And if you're sending us a voice note or an email, make sure your grown-ups give us permission to use them in future episodes.
Let's see what our chief detectives have to say this week about some of our cases.
I'm Charlotte, and I'm 6 years old.
I'm Henry, and I'm 8 years old.
We're from Gainesville, Georgia. I'm a myth truster because of the fainting field, because they were actually had red eyes and they were barfing.
I am a buster because the 3 pieces of evidence were not convincing.
We love your show!
Hi Charlotte and Henry. It's so lovely that you listen to the show together, even though you've got different opinions. And listen, Henry, I think that's great that you've listened to all the evidence and you're not convinced. But Charlotte, you're right. The evidence is there. Everyone was barfing all over the place and falling over. So I think that says it all.
But I've got more evidence for you. Like, being sick is like a normal thing. Anything can make someone be sick. Like, for example, eating rotten eggs. Maybe they just ate a lot of rotten eggs that day.
Why are they eating rotten eggs?
I don't know.
It was a concert. Wow, they need to change their food stores. That's all I'm saying.
Don't you take rotten eggs to concerts?
No, not anymore.
Hello, I'm Archie. Yeah, I'm 6 years old. I'm talking for the man-eating tree. I'm a team buster because trees can't move.
Well, there you go, Archie. Trees can't move. I couldn't think of a better argument. In fact, I wish I'd said that in the episode. That would have been the shortest episode ever.
Archie, thanks so much for your message, but I'd just like to say that often I eat while I'm not moving at all, especially when I'm on the sofa in front of the TV. I sit very, very still, and yet I can consume a lot of crisps. Just worth thinking about.
Hi, my name is Ricky, and I'm 9, and I live in England. I'd really like you to make an episode of the basilisk, because I'm really into Harry Potter, and I was a tourist on the spookiest building in England. Bye.
Hi, Ricky. Wow, you want us to do an episode on the basilisk, a legendary reptile that was some kind of serpent king. Yeah, I mean, that sounds good to me. What do you think, Athena? You love your serpents, don't you? And snakes? Is it all your favourite episodes?
I think this is a plan. Did Tiernan tell you to call in? I think we've done an episode on snakes, and I think that's more than enough. I think we don't need to do any more. Ever.
But this is the king of the serpents. So,
okay, well, for every serpent episode, we'll do a spider episode. That's how it works, Tiernan.
Well, if there's no king of spiders, that's just how it works. So.
Oh, I think I could bring myself to believe in that. Excellent as always. I think I learnt some new things there too.
Oh, me too. Such intelligent chief detectives. If you enjoyed the show, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts for more great episodes.
Subscribers help us make this podcast, and all our new supporters get a shout out on the show.
This week, we want to say hello to a whole family of detectives. 12-year-old Charlotte, 9-year-old William, and Fred, who is about to turn 7 any second now.
And a hello to 9-year-old Hazel and 7-year-old Frankie from Melbourne. And 8-year-old Killian from Devon, who loves our episode on the Wendigo.
And finally, hello to 8-year-old Clara, who was given a subscription for her birthday. What a great present to give. She's always on Team Truster, hooray, and listens with her little brother Albie.
Welcome to all new Chief Detectives, and thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
As a subscriber, you get to hear all our extended episodes ad-free and early release. To find out how you can support us, head to bustortrust.com for all the details.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time for more Bust or Trust.
OK then, Athena, what am I thinking now?
You're thinking, who would win a fight between a buffalo and a rhino?
I can't believe this. You must have extra abilities.
Tiernan, I just know you too well. You're too easy to read.
I am not.
See? I knew you were going to say that.
Right, well, you'll see. I'm going to become more mysterious and unexpected. I'll show you. I'm going to do something next that no one would expect.
You're putting a box on your head, aren't you?
Dagnabbit!